Hey, true seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Wednesday, January 25th, 2017. This evening at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern will be the 21st episode of the Gematria Effect. It airs every Wednesday night for 3 hours on Truth Frequency Radio. The show. It's a caller friendly show. Every week we take apart the headlines. Tonight we'll be talking about Donald Trump, his first week of being the President of the United States, plus what else is going on in the news. If you've never tuned into the program, one of the best parts about the show are the callers, a lot of brilliant minds that call in and speak. The number is 866-37-TRUTH, 866-37-TRUTH. Tonight, for the third week in a row, I'm inviting my critics to call in, to confront me, to let me know what their problems are with my work, my message. There's a lot of people online posting videos, slandering me, attacking me, and I continue to open the floor for them to call into the radio show and have a conversation with me. If your name is a call for an uprising, Russian Vids, Richie from Boston, Enter the Stars, Montegraph, and the rest of you who have all made videos attacking me, slandering me, KJ Osborne, the scariest movie ever, Mark DeIlly, and more. All of you can call in. The number's 866-37-TRUTH. We'll have a fair conversation. I'll let you have the floor. The only rule is you can't cuss, but you can call in and say whatever you want. I can handle criticism. Please do call in. What I want to show you what's going on right now, True Seeker, is again, a lot of channels are making slanderous videos about me, trying to discredit me and mislead people who are not familiar with myself or my work. And everyone who is doing this is very much hurting truth in this world. Say what you want, call me arrogant, but nobody is putting out more important information about what's going on in this world and teaching the knowledge how to see through the lies, spread awareness, and help stop it. You know, I'm trying to get out the word. I'm trying to help build a community, an alliance of truth seekers that are willing to fight back and do something to make this world a better place, to take it back from the tyrants. That's the only reason I do this work. I'm not a religious person. I am a spiritual person. I speak against religion. I speak against lies. I speak against government. I speak against the things that have corrupted this world, and a lot of people hate me for that. So again, Truth Seeker, about a month ago, when I got off my radio program, the channel's A Call for an Uprising and Jeff C., aka New World Agenda, they were having a live stream slandering me, spreading false rumors, saying I was a pedophile, protecting pedophiles. I heard this myself because people alerted me, and after I was done with my radio show, I asked for them to let me on so I could defend myself. Jeff C. didn't want to let me on, probably because he's a smarter guy and he knew what would happen. A Call for an Uprising, not being the sharpest tool in the shed, let me on. And an hour later, A Call for an Uprising's YouTube career was over. He had to retire. He left a 20-some minute video crying, talking about how he was too stressed out, he'd been working too hard for 6 months straight, and his time was up. And he said in the video, "This doesn't have anything to do with my debate with Zachary K. Hubbard last night," when in fact it did. I embarrassed him and Jeff C. The people who thought that they were Christians, honest people, saw that they were liars, shills, cons, frauds, immature, pathetic. And people let them know. And A Call for an Uprising couldn't handle it. He had to retire. And it looks like for the last month, he just put up a video, now that he's back, and he shows in this video that he's been collecting all this information over more than a month's time on me to try to assemble a hit piece. And he failed miserably. This video is not going to reflect well with anyone who's Christian, anyone who's spiritual, anyone who's about truth. This is a video that just makes this man look like the con he is. And in this video, he does all sorts of dishonest things. He attacks the All for Truth website, says all these false things about it, says it's data mining, not true. He has nothing but 66 minutes. That's how long he made this video. He made this video 66 minutes. And it's 66 minutes of nothing but lies. There's not a single truth in it. It's lies, distortions, editing videos to make me look bad. It's pathetic. It's everything that's wrong with the world. And here's a man claiming to be holier than thou because he's Christian while doing it. In this video, he plugs Russian vids. He says Russian vids is the good channel for Gematria. He says that Russian vids knows how to use the language of Gematria and I don't, which is comical because Russian vids learned from me. And what Russian vids has been doing, who's also a shill, is he's been taking Gematria and giving people false numbers associated with words to water down the content. Purposefully misleading. A call for an uprising in Russian vids, what both of these people do is attack me for putting my face on the screen. And neither of them have ever made a video showing who they are. Neither one of them. But they'll attack me for having the bravery to put my face and my name out here. And my address. I challenge Russian vids, a call for an uprising, and the rest of these people that hide behind false names in their screen to put their face out here, to put their name out here. Put their address out here. What's sad is we live in a world where you can just say you're Christian and you'll appeal to more people because that's what we have in this nation. Programmed Christians, believers, not thinkers, who just want to fit in with the herd. Russian vids, a call for an uprising, they exploit this. This a call for an uprising. In this video, he also plugs Montagraph, Richie from Boston. You know, Montagraph, who has this channel, the Umbrella Man, with all this satanic symbolism, threatening people online, including myself. This is who the Christian, a call for an uprising, recommends, Montagraph, the satanic asshole. Unreal. So here's what I want to do real quick. I just want to play some of these clips. This is from the 66-minute video he put out. I just want you to hear this guy. And a call for an uprising. I want you to call into my show and say these things to me live. You know, we can talk about it. We can come up with a solution. Let's listen to you. Here he goes.
The guy across the street robbed your house.
So by the way, in his video, he says that I'm related to the NBC chairman just because he found a video that I uploaded 2 years ago where I explained that my father doesn't know who his father is, and one time in my own father's life, his mother told him that his father's name was really Greenblatt, something she took back 24 hours after saying it. But my father and I have always wondered, is that really what our last name should be? Should it be Greenblatt? We don't know. Yes, Greenblatt's a Jewish name, but guess what? When you're raised Lutheran as I am, that makes you a Lutheran, not Jewish. And even to be Jewish, it needs to come from your mother's side. If I have, Jewish ancestry in me, if I truly am connected to the name Greenblatt, it comes through my father's side. So this guy, he makes a video saying I'm an Israeli Mossad agent related to Robert Greenblatt, which is just one of about 100 lies packed into his 66-minute video. There's probably more than 100 lies in it. Listen to this guy, though.
Ask, what kind of a man lets another man rob his house and then get away with it? This is a guy you want to have as your leader? A pansy? A guy who lets someone rob his house and does nothing about it?
So, he's talking about how my home was burglarized in the end of 2014 by my neighbor who's Christian. And I knew my neighbor was Christian. Because they were my neighbor, I went to help them out. I gave them work, a substantial sum of money to get a job done, and instead of doing the job, what they did is they came back and burglarized my house, stole all of my valuables and money. All because I helped them out as a neighbor and gave them a little clue that there was money in my house. Then what did they do? They skipped town. They came back and filed a restraining order, and then went out and bought the exact same vehicle as me, make, model, color, a vehicle that they take to church every Sunday. And this guy wants to attack me for that? I mean, can you imagine being in my situation? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Is it the Wild West? Should I go across the street and shoot him? If it was the Wild West, that might be my solution, but that isn't where we live. So anyway, he attacks me for having that happen in my life. Takes a lot of composure and self-control to not retaliate against your neighbor when that happens. And what would Jesus teach to do? This is the guy claiming to be a Christian and calling me a Satanist in the video. He's saying I'm a pansy because I didn't do anything back. People told me that I should go file a restraining order, but what I said is I don't want to be a part of this corrupt system. I don't want to use the legal system. I don't trust it. I don't want to be a part of it. Well, the system ended up getting used against me. Here's something else.
This guy is not a man. This guy, I don't even know if he could be a transgender. I don't know.
He's talking about me. He's saying I'm not a man. I could be a transgender. He's talking about, nobody knows what this guy's face is. Nobody knows what this guy's name is. And he has all these negative things to say about me. Transgender?
is. But he's not a man, and he shouldn't be calling himself one. Letting a guy rob his home. He claims the guy across the street robbed him of all of his money and never got arrested because the cops were in on it. I mean, who's...
So, again, attacking about things he doesn't know. I just put out a video about how my home was run into by a drunk driver on Christmas Eve in the most suspicious of circumstances. The neighbor that lives right next to the neighbor who burglarized my house. People who moved into foreclosed homes that were owned by banks for more than 2 years that couldn't sell because of the condition they were in. Then all of a sudden, these two families move in, the two families who've majorly inconvenienced my life. I wonder who these people are. And he wants to sit on the internet and cast judgment and say that my story, it's not true, it doesn't add up. Christmas Eve, notified by the police about this bizarre story, they don't put out a report till days later, signing off on it at the 33rd minute of the day, on the day with 74 numerology, the code the Freemasons operate by. Yeah, I think there's a lot of evidence to suggest that I'm being gang stalked, and yes, the police are involved. Absolutely. That's what happens when you expose the police for their corruption and everything else in this world as I do. There's a reason I'm a targeted individual. And there's a reason there's this guy who's a paid-for shill trying to distort what's real. Let's listen to him call me a douchebag. I want this guy to call into my radio show and talk like this tonight on the show. I want to hear it.
Now, people out there are going, why is this guy targeting everyone? Well, because his channel's really bad and his content's awful and he's a terrible speaker. And all you got to do is look at his picture for his Gematria show to know what a true douchebag he is. A picture is worth 1,000 words. In this case, it's worth 2. Douchebag.
Okay, so he thinks I look like a douchebag. What do you look like? Put your face out here. Your next video that you make about me, put your face on the screen, And that goes right back to Russian Vids, too. Russian Vids been making videos about me for going on over 2 years. Never put his face on the screen. Russian Vids even made a recent video showing me wearing sunglasses in my house. I only did that for the very first video I made. Never again. Because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure I was going to make another video. I taught Gematria. I thought that might be the only video I make. I wasn't sure if I wanted my face to be on there putting out that knowledge. But then I just said, well, whatever. I already got my name out here. What am I hiding? Russian Vids wants to make fun of me for wearing sunglasses in my house. A guy who's never shown his face on the screen. Unreal. Unreal. These are the guys that claim the high ground because they're the Christians.
Christians out there. But it would be nice if guys like this were caged and locked up because that's where they belong. And let's only hope and pray that he doesn't procreate. But I don't know if he's capable of doing that because like I said, when we put Greenblatt into the calculator, I don't know if this guy can procreate, if you know what I mean.
So he showed that Greenblatt has the same gematria as queer, so he's trying to say I'm a queer. He's not sure if I can procreate. It's pathetic, It's pathetic. There's a nice woman that's on my channel, and she wasn't even commenting to him. She was writing a comment to me, and he responded to it and called her a dog and then started writing woof. I mean, who does that? Writing woof at a woman online? How pathetic. And this is the guy telling people what real men are. Unreal. Here he is again. How real he is.
I don't want attention. I don't even know how, people go, well, you got all these subscribers because he's a shill and he buys subscribers. Yeah, why would you buy subscribers? What is
anybody who listens to this guy, how can you not see what a buffoon he is? When I debated him, he brought up how he has way more subs than me, showing how much more important his work was. And in this same video, he makes the same point about how he has way more subs than me. Then later at this point, he's saying, why would I buy subs? It's like his claim to fame, how many subs he has. He got 150,000 subs in 6 months. That's a lot on YouTube. I've been working my ass off for over 2 years, and it's been hard to get it to where it is. It should be over 40,000, but lately I've been having major sub dumps. YouTube's really hating right now, putting out too much truth. But that's just my point. I've worked really hard for over 2 years. This guy just puts out trash videos like Pizzagate Miley Cyrus and gets 150,000 subs in 6 months. Anything suspicious about that, huh? Let's listen to him.
Of buying subscribers. People like my channel because I'm real, I'm honest, I'm open, and I speak how it is and how I believe it is. And people have similar opinions. So today what I want to do is I want to make a few things clear. Zachary Hubbard is no longer Zachary Hubbard. He's Zachary Greenblatt.
Well, if he worked with Russian vids would tell him my name's Joshua Greenberg. Now it's Greenblatt. Okay.
Attacks on my channel because my channel's 5 times bigger than his and soon to be.
And here he is talking about how much bigger his channel is. Why would I buy subs? This guy's just all over the place. He doesn't make any sense as a human being. None. But here he is talking about how you got to have discernment. I love this.
Times bigger because the content here is way better. I'm a better speaker. And people here who follow Jesus Christ know that God works through all of us. And this is a gift that he's given me, the gift to talk, to speak, to have discernment. There's no discernment on that channel.
Has anybody seen our debate? Again, if you have not seen our debate from November 30th, it's linked in the description. You can be the judge for yourself who's the better speaker. There's a reason that he had to retire the day after out of embarrassment. One more clip from this guy. Here we go. This is how he closes it out. It's just unreal. Listen to this guy. 66 minutes of lies and like this.
It's a long show, but it was very well needed in support of Christians out there who have been under ruthless attack from this egotistical, narcissistic pansy, because that's what he is. Go let somebody else rob your house again and do nothing about it, and then claim you want to lead a truther community. You let somebody come to your house and take your money like a little turd, and then you try to get sob stories and give them out so people will send you money.
So I just want to stop that right there. That's another blatant lie. A lot of people after my home was burglarized reached out to me and said, where can I send you some money? And I told every single person they didn't need to send me any money. I said I'd be okay. And I was okay. Didn't collect a single dollar off it. I just told people what was going on in my life so they're aware. I'm putting out truth. I'm being attacked. And why am I being attacked? Because I'm putting out the most important content on the planet that has the power to disrupt the powers that be from their ongoing agenda. Something I've been working to do for all of my adult life, because I've always thought that I had the skills, the ability, the knowledge, the heart, the willingness to do it. And I feel like I'm doing it. And I think that's why clowns like this are being used to try and attack me. It's not going to work, though. The truth always prevails.
Life, man. Hey, Zach, what's that sound? Hold on. Oh, yeah. It's your truther / YouTube career. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's too bad, True Seeker, and I hope you don't, you can watch this if you want, but it's just 66 minutes of that, and even worse. There's a part where he refers to himself as some WWE fighter, and he's talking about how easy it would be for him to kick my ass. This is a guy who won't even put his face or name out here. And he calls me a keyboard warrior. Unreal. Unreal. Christianity's unreal, This is why I can't stand religion. What is Christianity? It's this belief that all you need to do in the world is believe that God sent his one and only son to die on the cross for your sins. And that's pretty much it. And in his video, he expresses that. If you don't believe in Jesus, you don't know anything about the truth. That's just what it is. I understand that he's not what a Christian's supposed to be, but he is what a Christian is. There's a reason Christianity's been used to make war and everything else that's going on in this sick world. Christianity was used to put Donald Trump, George W. Bush, George H.W. Bush, all these sick, perverse men in the White House. It's Christianity supporting the worst among us. Because all it takes for the average Christian to do something is just to hear that somebody else is a Christian. That's why the worst tyrants in the world all hide behind this religion. And other religions. It's not just Christianity, but as far as I can tell, Christianity is the worst. We need to create a new religion, the golden rule, the human religion, about making a better world, about caring for one another, about building everyone up around us, except for the people that are a threat to us. People like Call for an Uprising, people like my neighbor, people like Montagraph, this shill network. These are the kind of people where we need to, we need to figure out the solution for these people. These people are a real threat. They're the reason the world's so evil. Liars, con men. So anyway, he has another video. I'm not even going to watch that one. I mean, it was just... it was too much of a waste of time just to even go through this one. But the reason I want these people to call in is so we can settle this. I want people to hear with their own ears what these frauds are all about that pretend to be Christian. If you're falling for flat earth, if you're falling for the shill Christians, you know, recognize what you're being duped by. We're going to talk about it more tonight on the show. Thank you to everyone who tunes in. Until next time, True Sig.